Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ainsley if you don't remember, and we are officially doing the first wrap-up of this year, and it is the wrap-up of January. So if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, there's a lot of books. There's a lot of books. Normally I wouldn't read this many books, especially not with the school season happening, but I read, I believe, 15 books. Yeah, 15 books, and normally I would read like divide that by 3, so 5 books, and this is kind of like a crazy thing for me to do. Like the next month I'll probably only be reading a couple, and I will be showing you my TBR, which is a little bit different because I'm reading a bit of a bigger book. So yeah, all right, let's just go straight into it. So this is going to be kind of like reading some of the books that I read, recommending them if you want to read, like with like a yes, maybe, or no. All right, first book we have is Your Knife, My Heart by K.N.M. Moronova. Earlier on in a couple different videos, I said that her books are really good, and I believe that they are. I didn't know if I was going to like this book at first, because basically I found out who this guy was, and I was like, wait, no. I thought he would look way different, so that's why I didn't think it was going to be good, but then I read it, and I was like, yes, I love this. I love this so good. I highly recommend it. It is a dark military romance, and I highly recommend it to anyone. And it is a duology, I believe, with the second book, My Blade, Your Back, and it continues on with their story. And I love them both, and I highly recommend them. I rated them both 5 stars. Any of K.N.M. Moranova's Dark Forces books I have rated 5 stars, so I highly recommend to anyone. Alright, next book we have is An Archive of a Romance. So if you don't know what the series this is a part of, it's a part of A Study in Drowning and A Theory in Dreaming. Both really, really, really good books. And this is basically kind of like, if you know what oh my god. If you know what a companion guide is, this is kind of it. It goes through like all the stuff, and it's basically like about the main character's wedding and stuff, and it's such a cute little book. And if like you didn't understand some of the things, it kind of goes into more depth of like stuff that goes around and happens, and it's absolutely, hold on y'all, it's so pretty. Like they have like drawings and stuff like that, and it's super pretty, and I highly recommend it. Especially read the whole series first and then read this, because it explains some stuff to you. Yeah, and it's super cute. All right, next one we have, y'all have already heard about this if you have watched my Natasha Preston video. It was her newest book that came out last year. It's The Obsession, and oh my god, was this so good. Also, by the way, I rated the 3 books that we have gone through so far, I believe I rated 5 stars. This one I had another 5-star read, and this one was absolutely so good, aside from the fact that I did throw it across my room and throw it a bit because I got angry with the ending, but still, I highly recommend this. It was such a good book. And if you haven't watched my Natasha Preston video, I recommend it if you want to read more of her books. Alright, next one we have, because the second book in the series came out and I hadn't read the first one, we have by Kaylee Hart, Quicksilver. This one's this version, like I believe it's the deluxe version. I'm not for sure on that. And I didn't really, like, I liked Quicksilver, I just didn't really like it that much. It was okay, it wasn't the best. But one thing to know, I'm not really a fantasy person, so they're a bit harder for me to read. But I really did like the concept of this, and I liked how she was like an alchemist, but then the ending was absolutely crazy. And we have the next book in the series, which like recently just came out, which is Brimstone. And for some reason I haven't seen people talking about it. I don't know if it's just because like I haven't searched it up or anything, but this book I rated 5 stars. Quicksilver I rated 4 stars because it wasn't the best, but this one was so good. The ending, absolutely crazy. I literally got chills at a couple parts in the book. And this one is also the deluxe version. I can't wait for the 3rd book of this to come out because I want to know what happens really badly. And I highly recommend it. Yeah. Alright, the next one I started as an audiobook, and I couldn't read it as an audiobook because the audiobook just kept annoying me, and I finally got it as a hardcover. And it is Night and the Moth by Rachel Gilliga? Ija. You know what, y'all? I don't know how to say it. And honestly, I think I rated this one 3 stars. I just wasn't really... I think it's because I started as an audiobook. I think if I didn't start as an audiobook and I just read it fully through just as a hardcover, I would have liked it a lot more, but I still really did love it. I love the characters in the book, and I do love the concept of it, and I can't wait to see what happens in the 2nd book because the ending was something. But I do still recommend this. Please read this. It's really good. Next one, I rated 4 stars because I think it is a 5-star, but I think I need to reread it at some point because I read it like super quickly and didn't take the time to fully read it, and it is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I absolutely loved it. I didn't really like how it ended though, although it is a good thing how it ended, but I wish it ended differently. But it's so good, and I absolutely love the concept of this book. And it's super interesting on how just like how the story goes through different times, and yeah, I loved it so much. I think I read this in one sitting ish. It was really good. It was a bit of a boring like start, I think. Yeah, because I couldn't really figure it out. I was like, wait, what? How does that work? Next one, we know most people love it. We have Heated Rivalry. I absolutely loved this book so much. I loved whatever it is between Ilya and Shane. They're so sweet together. And I can't wait to read the rest of the series. And I highly recommend it. 5 stars, by the way. Absolutely loved it. Highly recommend it. Next one, we have the trilogy, which I already made a video about, but I'm still going to just kind of go through, just saying that I did read it this month. Sorry, y'all, my fingers are like crippled right now. This is why this video is kind of coming out right now, is because I had lots of soccer games, and it's indoor right now because, if you can't tell, it's freezing outside. And I didn't wear my goalie gloves, and my fingers right now are super puffy because they got flung backwards a lot. But anyway, we have the Cruel Prince series. This one I rated 5 stars, I think. I'm not for sure on that. I think so, though. Highly recommend the whole series. Cruel Prince is a bit hard to get through. We have The Wicked King by Holly Black. Absolutely love this book. Another 5 stars. And yeah, the next two, The Wicked King, and then finally the Queen of Nothing, are actually pretty fast to get through, and I highly recommend it. And yeah, if you want to know more about the Cruel Prince series, please go check out my video on the whole Cruel Prince series because I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to read it. Next one we have is another trilogy that also connects with another trilogy, and it's Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Now, I read Once Upon a Broken Heart. I absolutely loved Once Upon a Broken Heart. I love Caraval, and I will be making a video on the whole Caraval series and Once Upon a Broken Heart series together. And I absolutely loved this book. I'm gonna say one thing is I don't want to go too much into depth because I gotta explain in a different video that it got a bit confusing. This one I really did like, 5 stars. But when I got to Legendary, everything started to kind of go, wait, what? And I still liked it, but this one dropped down to 4 stars because I couldn't figure it out, and yeah, and it really confused me. So later on in life this might be a reread, but right now it's not, and it's really confusing to me. So 4 stars. This one I rated 3 stars. Kind of sad how I ended this month because I ended it with this book, and I ended it because the ending was, I don't understand how it ended, and it just kind of confused me. And yeah, if anyone understands this book and actually loves this book, because I do love the first book, please help me. Please help me. Please explain to me what happens, because everything just kind of confused me on what was happening, and the math wasn't mathing in my head. So I need help, y'all. I need help. Please help. Honestly, I feel like I went through that like super quick, and I just like sped through the whole thing. I didn't mean to, y'all. But all these books I highly recommend anyone reading, and yeah. But for the whole Caraval series, please someone explain to me how it all works, because I need help. Because my brain, it's still like, how did that work? What? Yeah, but that's all I'm gonna say. That was the end of January for me, and overall, it was an amazing month. I think I had so 10 out of the 15, which is 2/3 of the books, I had a 5 stars, a 5-star read. And the rest of them were still pretty high for me. So honestly, January was an amazing month. I hope February will be an even more amazing month, because one, it's February and the month is pretty short, and it's also, we have Valentine's Day. I don't think I really have any special plans for Valentine's Day to do like any special reads. I don't think I have any really cute romance books for that. If there's any recommendations for like good Valentine's Day books that I should read, please comment down below on that, because I would love to read some cute romance books that are good for like Valentine's Day. Yeah. And it's also the month that I was born, so I'll be celebrating my birthday, which is why I hope the books that I read this month are going to be really good. And soon I will be posting my February TBR. It might be the same time I post this video. I'm trying to get like all the videos done. I'll tell you all the videos I have planned right now. So of course I have my February TBR that I need to do. There won't be as many books as that I read right now, because I'm reading like, I'm gonna start like a huge book. The next one I have is on the Once Upon a Broken Heart series and the Caraval trilogy. Those two trilogies will be put together in one video explaining all the things to my best of ability, especially with the Caraval, and recommending it. And then I'm also going to do one on another dystopian series that I read later last year, that I had a recommendation from one of my best friends, Maddie, who told me, Ainsley, you need to make a video on this. So shout out to her, because, well, she's the one who's making me do this, which is going to be the Arca Slice series, because I absolutely love that series. She absolutely loves that series. And yeah, so I will be making a video on that. And if you want to see me make any other videos on different books that you personally love, please put down recommendations for me, so then I can read them, or if I've already read them, that I can make a video on them, like a Powerless video, which I'll probably make. And then coming up very, very soon in the future, I don't know when, I'm going to read the whole Shadow Me series. That will be coming soon. I'm going to tell you right now, very, very soon. Also like Red Queen series, something like that. Yeah, that's all I can really think of right now. But yeah, so please leave comments down below about like what I could do better, and also book recommendations for me to read, and stuff like videos you want to see me stuff that you want me to do in my videos and stuff like that. And please like the video and subscribe. Yeah. All right. Goodbye.